Hello. To say John Ogilby led an interesting and colourful life hardly does him justice. We know little of his background. John Aubrey, who knew Ogilby well, never really fathomed his origins when he included him in his collection of biographies, Brief Lives. He may have been an illegitimate half-brother to James Ogilvy, the Earl of Airlie. As a young man, Ogilby fought in Central Europe as a soldier in the 30 Years' War, before becoming a dance teacher in Ireland and opening a theatre in Dublin. When an uprising in 1641 put an end to that venture, he turned to writing, learned Latin and produced translations of the works of Virgil. Surviving shipwreck sailing to England, he met and married a wealthy widow 17 years his senior. In his early 50s, he was planning to continue to pursue a career as a translator and publisher of classical literature, but lost his home in Shoe Lane, an alley off Fleet Street, and with it his printing press in the Great Fire of London. In the aftermath, Robert Hooke, Christopher Wren's right-hand man engaged in rebuilding the city, recommended Ogilby to produce maps to help resolve boundary disputes. Working with his step-grandson, William Morgan, Ogilby drew on the results and those of other surveyors involved to produce the first detailed urban map in England accurately drawn to scale. At 1 inch to 100 feet, the result measured 10 square yards and was most probably intended to be printed on linen, enabling it to be folded. Ogilby returned to publishing from a new base in Whitefriars, this time focusing on maps, and produced a series of atlases. A lifelong royalist, in 1674 he was appointed cosmographer and geographer to Charles II, and at the age of 70, with advice from Robert Hooke, began a survey of Britain's major highways, which he published in an atlas called Britannia in 1675. His maps were drawn to a scale of 1 inch to the statute mile. Distances were measured using a wheel dimensurator or surveyor's wheel, what Ogilby would probably have called a waywiser. Every revolution of the wheel measured a specific distance and was recorded on a counter. Ogilby's calculations were used a century later to locate milestones, out of use since Roman times but compulsory from 1767 under the Turnpike Acts of Parliament, which set up trusts to raise tolls in order to maintain stretches of specified main routes. Ogilby popularised use of the term road instead of highway or trackway. In his Britannia, routes are shown in a series of detailed and easy to follow strips that are read from bottom left to top right. This page shows the first part of the road from London to Bristol, an itinerary leading from Westminster and passing through Middlesex and Berkshire to Marlborough in Wiltshire. The direction of north is indicated on each strip. The route is shown with an impression of the surrounding countryside, together with the towns and villages along the way, road junctions, rivers, streams and bridges, and roadside features such as inns, churches, windmills, even gallows. This itinerary shows the journey from Lichfield to Chester, part of a long-distance route from London to Holyhead on the Isle of Anglesey, a jumping-off point for Ireland. The main road has packed lines where it passes through open country. Ogilby's detailed itineraries are informative and easy to follow, but step off the route shown and you're in no man's land. In the late 17th century, there were constant incremental improvements to maps, many privately commissioned by writers of county histories. Dr. Robert Plot, Professor of Chemistry at Oxford University, produced a highly detailed and accurate map for his Natural History of Oxfordshire, published in 1677. It is framed with an eye to marketing his work to the county gentry by coats of arms. Plot commissioned a comprehensive large-scale county map for his Natural History of Staffordshire, which was engraved by Joseph Brown and published in 1686, also with coats of arms in the margin, and for which it is believed his chief surveyor was Lichfield-born Gregory King, who had previously collaborated with John Ogilby as an engraver and surveyor on various projects including Britannia, and already had advanced plans for a map of his home county. In 1762, after 2 centuries of maps based on Christopher Saxton's survey of the counties of England and Wales, the Society for the Encouragement of Arts, Manufactures and Commerce offered a prize of up to £100 for new county surveys carried out to the strictest scientific standards and to a scale of 1 inch to 1 mile. The challenge attracted Peter Perez Burdett, who applied to undertake a completely new survey of Derbyshire. I shall take a look at the result next time. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.